Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead on Walkie Talkie Wednesday. Today I want to talk about time. Has anyone ever thought about time? How precious time is? How important time is? As we've all heard, just killing time. There's a time and place for everything. There's timelines in the Bible. We aren't just born and grown. It takes time to grow and mature. Things take time. Everything takes time. If you've never thought of it, then think about how crazy the world would be if there was never a time for anything and there were just always things happening anytime that things just felt like happening. How chaotic it would be if there was never no time. I've often used the phrase with my son and other children, the foster children. Do you use your time wisely, or do you use your time foolishly? And what makes you think you still got time? Oftentimes people find out they thought they had more time, but the time just wasn't there. I don't know, I just think with all the stuff that's going on in the world, people think they have more time to get prepared, or more time to stock up, or time to wait and see. I don't think now's the time to wait and see. I think now's the time to get everything done that you want to get done and get things taken care of, because I just don't think we have that much time. And if time wasn't important, then why do we have time? There's time to be born. There's a time to die. It takes time when you're pregnant. It takes time to go through college. Everything takes time. So I wonder, are we wasting our time, or are we using our time wisely? Once time is gone, it's gone. Then it's the past. All we have right now is the present time. So are you doing things to help yourself and help your family that is using your time wisely? Or are you foolishly wasting your time on ungodly things, unhealthy relationships, toxic people, and the list goes on? I don't know, it was just something I was thinking about. I thought about doing a Valentine's Day video, but that's just not where I was led to talk about today. So I went ahead and went with the topic that I wanted to talk about, and that was time. I think we all have times in our life where we feel like our time was just wasted, or our efforts were wasted. And I know for many, sometimes when you raise your children, it seems like it's going to last forever, but it really doesn't. You'll soon find out that was just a short time period that went by way too fast, but you don't know that when you're in the middle of it. Oh, Mr. Obie's coming to join me. This is the sweetest little cat ever. So in the Bible, it talks about timelines. In your education, there's timelines. Everything has its time and its place. We just don't always know when it's going to be the end of the time, to where there is no more time. So my advice would be to be prepared. because we don't know what the times are going to look like. We don't know how fast things are going to change and progress. We don't know how much time we have left. And some would say, why even bother with preparing if all these people keep thinking the world's about to end? Well, why do you prepare for anything then? Why would you even get ready to go on vacation? Why would you get ready to study for an exam? Most people have to study. Most people have to practice. So why even bother? I would say because life is less stressful if you are prepared. Then you're not caught off guard. Then you have something to work with. You have an idea where to start. It's nice having books, and it's extremely convenient having the internet to look up things and research things. But have you actually spent the time practicing cooking over an open fire, starting a little garden, raising a few animals? All of those things take time. And it's not easy always. Nor is it something that you think maybe you even have time for. Or maybe even something you're not even interested in. And all I can say, my friend, is I guess time will tell. And I feel like those who were listening and those who were preparing will be a lot less stressful than those who thought they had time. And everyone says, Lord, I hope I am wrong. I hope nothing does happen. And no one wants anything to happen. But being a prepared type person and the prepared type mindset that I've always had, for me personally, it's just a lot less stressful and one less thing that I have to worry about is wasting my time on things that are not important. I'd rather be spending my time learning as much as I possibly can to prepare me and prepare my family in case things do go crazy, in case time does run out, in case the grocery stores do close, in case technology fails. These are things that we don't know, but in the near future, time will tell. So are you just killing your time, or are you spending your time wisely? What are things that you can be doing right now to help your future in case we are facing these kind of times in the near future? And even if it's not as bad as we think it might be, like one of the old-timey songs said, we were so poor that Wall Street fell and we didn't even know. If you're already living below your means and not trying to keep up with the Joneses, maybe you will be all right. Maybe you'll already have the skills that you need to know. Maybe you've already been practicing. Maybe you've been given it time to learn how to do things that you thought you wouldn't even like to do. And in due time, those things may not matter if they were something you like to do or not. They may actually become necessities, things you have got to learn to survive if you want to survive. Lots of people will lose their mind. Lots of people will do themselves in. Lots of people will not fare well because they did not spend their time wisely. They thought they had more time. And I just hope that my friends and my family and my neighbors and my subscribers and the newcomers takes the time and uses it wisely to learn what you can and put together some kind of plan in place. People seem to think that nothing matters no more. Everything's okay. We have time. Somebody's going to come in. Someone's going to help us. Someone's going to rescue us. Well, it doesn't quite work that way. God is going to provide for those who provide for themselves. He will not leave you and He will not forsake you. But you do have to do your part. So I just think time is important. I think a lot of people just waste time. And they don't cherish time, of how precious time is. If time wasn't so precious, then why would you waste your time loving on a newborn baby? Why would you spend the time with an elderly person that you think's about to pass on? You see there, my friend, time is extremely important. Very important. So I would hope that we are all starting to realize that the world is quickly changing. Maybe we do have time. Maybe we don't have time. But I would rather prepare and learn and do and pick up the skills that I can now before the world is crazy, so that I'm already comfortable doing those things and providing for my family and learning about herbs and wild edibles and how to grow food and how to raise animals. To me, it would just be a lot less stressful if I'm already learning those things and living that way and doing things already, instead of worrying about what's going on in the world and who the next big Super Bowl game is or where the next big Olympics is at. Don't waste your time on foolish things. Those things do not add to your life. Those things will not feed you when the world is facing a famine. Those are not the things that are going to be important anymore. Instead of wasting your time and your money on foolish things, little by little, start preparing and getting things ready and getting things stocked up. Great. If you don't need them, then maybe you could help someone else. Maybe you just paid a cheaper price. If you've not noticed, the prices at the grocery store are outrageous. And guess what? It's going to be a long, long time before prices go down. And that is if they ever go down to a cheaper price. I'm really, really, really bummed about the Dollar Tree. Lots of people were really, really pushing the Dollar Tree, finding really good deals at the Dollar Tree. And what happened? They got selfish. They said, well, everybody's buying our products now, so let's raise the price. And still, some stuff is still a good price compared to other stores. So it's still worth it. But where do you draw the line? How much is too much? If it starts taking you more time to work than it does for you to buy things, if all you were doing just to buy groceries and to pay your bills, do you feel like you're just wasting your time? All you're doing is working? What's the reward? What's the payoff? What's it worth to you? Yes, everybody has to have some type of income coming in or a job, but where do you draw the line? When do you decide that those name brand chocolate chip cookies or those Oreo cookies, that when they go up to $6 and $8 a pack, when do you say, all right, it's time for me to start making my own cookies? This is ridiculous. And not only can you make your own cookies, they're going to be healthier. They're not going to be filled full of unhealthy ingredients. And you're going to be able to make a whole bunch more of them. So then you can store it in Ziploc bags or airtight containers, vacuum seal them or whatever. And you can have some this week and you can have some next week. And it didn't cost you but a couple of bucks to make it. So I just think it's time that people need to take things more serious and set aside all the petty and all the drama and all the critical, snide remarks, goofy emails and texts. No one's here to judge no one else. We're all here to survive. No one has time for all the petty games. At least I know I don't. I never have. People like to pull you into things, though, sometimes. So, of course, naturally, you're going to defend yourself. But I say to you, my friends, don't even waste your energy no more on those little petty things. It's just not worth it. That's not what God wants his people to do. He wants his people to have a clear conscience, a strong mind, a big heart, and to help other people and to share his word. He doesn't want any of his people to perish. He wants his people to get ready and get prepared, because no one knows except for him when the time is going to come